The fake news mainstream media in all forms, facets, platforms, and places does not operate on a journalism code of ethics. They operate and live to sustain their preferred narrative like the bottom feeders they are. Those of us who have been doing this conservative media thing for a while know this song and dance, and we know it very well. So-called journalists decide to target someone they don't particularly like or a thought they don't particularly agree with, and then from there, they do everything in their power and under the guise of neutrality to make that personal bias come true. But Barstool Sports founder Dave Portnoy turned the tables on one of those outlets and one of those bottom feeders this week after he got wind that the Washington Post was working on a hit piece on him and his forthcoming Pizza Fest, and it really is just chef's kiss. Watch.
We are planning to write about the festival and how some of the sponsors and participants have drawn criticism by seemingly to associate themselves with Dave Portnoy, who has a history of misogynic comments and other problematic behavior. I want to make sure that Blank had a chance to respond to this, since the company is the most prominent of their partners of his festival.
Oh, that's the one I sent to, which was definitely the most pointed of them, because I really did want them to respond, and I was hoping to get something from them.
Do you think that's fair? Like, I totally disagree with the assertions of what you said, that misogynic and all that stuff. So that is pretty pointed. You said you didn't do it. Then I have the exact evidence of you doing it. So
no, I didn't say I didn't do that. I said I did. That was the one that was the most pointed.
Well, no, that one before I provided proof, you said you didn't really remember doing that. And then I read it to you and you're like, oh yeah, I did it that one time. So you did do it.
So to summarize just the snippet of that masterpiece that I just played for you, Washington Post reporter Emily Hale was on a journalistic tear with one apparent goal in mind: to shame Dave Portnoy's Pizza Fest sponsors and advertisers. As uncovered by Dave himself in this very pointed email, Emily reached out to sponsors and she did just that. She insinuated, without first speaking with Dave at all, that he is a misogynist and problematic, and inquired whether said sponsor was okay with being associated with that. She not only led the witness, so to speak, but she actually did what amounts to treacherous interference, as Dave put it. But when he called her out for it, she couldn't own up to it. At first, she played dumb, and then she just played like the snake she clearly is. She wasn't trying to get a fuller picture, because if she was, she would have spoken to Dave first, being that he is the subject of the article. But she didn't do that because she already had her mind made up before she penned or typed a word of this would-be hit piece. Journalism, as we once knew it, is dead. This isn't your grandfather's Woodward and Bernstein era Washington Post. These are activists with MacBooks, and it couldn't be more obvious. But Dave was smart and savvy enough to not only play their game, but body them in the process. And this Emily gal deserves the inevitable and lasting internet and social media embarrassment that will forever be associated with her byline: play stupid games, win stupid prizes.